What's up, everyone? It's Scotty with Money Vesting. So, wanted to give you a little bit of an update on interest rates, inflation, and of course, the markets are in full-blown activated buy mode here, where we are consistently over the last couple of days just straight up going higher on the back of these inflation numbers. So, hope you guys are doing great and are having a great week. Make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're just joining us for the first time. The link to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below if you're interested in joining, and of course getting access to all the buy and sell alerts, options alerts, trade ideas, specifically the trade ideas, couple ones that I've shared with our community and in our Discord were on Fiverr and on Twilio, and both of them are absolutely crushing it today. Fiverr's up over 7.7, almost 8% on the day, hitting our first profit target of well over $30, and the next resistance obviously is going to be over 37. But that's been a very, very nice trade for a lot of our members here, up over 21%, if not more, over the last 4 to 5 trading days. And not to mention, Twilio is also up over 4.8, almost 5% on the day. It was a little bit more chaotic. However, I think we did really well, pushing up over 10 to 11%, hitting that first target at 69, close to $70, and the next resistance and target is going to be all the way up to 79 to 80 bucks. So again, there's a lot of valuable information, including our intrinsic value spreadsheets that will give you access to an entire watch list, our fair values, our buy targets, and a really, really good family-oriented community where you can access all the benefits and, of course, talk to people around the world around markets, finance, investing, trading, options, real estate. There's a lot of other content included as well, so link's going to be down below. So first things first, let's talk about inflation. CPI coming in very, very good. So again, the soft landing scenario has only solidified in the US economy. So obviously we saw beats across the board on all 4 metrics, headline year over year, headline month over month, and of course core month over month, and more specifically the major contributor to this entire rally, core year over year, sitting at now under 5%. And this right here was the PPI numbers, which came out today at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, and beats across the board. PPI month over month 0.1%, significantly lower than the consensus. Year over year 0.1%, dramatically lower than the consensus. And ex-Buddha Energy, so core PPI increasing 0.1. Year over year, we're now sitting at 2.4. So definitely it's been quite a significant pullback on overall inflation numbers. Not only are we seeing good, significant disinflation, but in some parts of the economy and specific sectors, there's straight up deflation, airline fares, used car prices, energy prices, food prices. There's a lot of different components in the economy that are now showing great signs of deflation at the moment. So we are seeing significant slowdown in overall price increases. Again, this right here, you can see the shelter was still up 0.4%. So that's again going to be a little bit of a significant contributor to overall inflation. And the moment shelter prices and rents start rolling over, it's game over, folks. It is absolutely going to be game over, because then we're going to see 70% of the CPI basket in deflation, which could actually put more pressure, which I'm not kidding, this could be a bigger concern in the future on how to get inflation back up. And again, I know it sounds crazy right now because inflation is still trading above the Fed's target, but I wouldn't be surprised if and when rents and shelter start rolling over. Of course, if being the key word, if it happens, then it's going to be a bigger concern. Deflation is going to be a much bigger concern for the Fed. And then the main goal would be to get inflation back higher, closer to 2%. And this right here is the most current interest rate expectations from the market. This has obviously changed after the PPI numbers came out. Now the market's pricing in only one hike, 25 basis points in July, so in about a couple weeks here, and then staying at those levels for the next 3 to 4 meetings, and then cuts starting January of 2024. So again, we have pulled back a little bit on those cuts expectation. Earlier, it was May of next year, so May 24, so almost a year. But now the market's pricing in a little bit faster cuts in January, and then 6 cuts are being priced in to bring us down to 3.75 to 4% as well. Charlie mentioned, of course, 12 consecutive declines in PPI, inflation year over year. So we are now seeing from June 2022, when it was at over 11%, to now sitting at 0.1%. Just think about it, right? I mean, this right here, the PPI headline year over year, it's almost in deflation. I mean, this is literally prices, producer price index is flat on a year-over-year basis. That is incredible, significant decline from 11% down to where we are now. Now, Mohammed El Arain also tweeted about 9 hours ago with the will the US quote soft landing narrative stick this time around? Yesterday's CPI numbers have shifted the consensus economists and analyst narrative as well as the market pricing, notably in favor of a soft landing. And remember what I talked about in last week's video? I literally just mentioned this. I mentioned that if we do get a very strong report for inflation, that's only going to solidify that soft landing scenario. And why is that? That's only because we've got an economy that's really strong with some very good jobs numbers coming out. And then you couple that with a very good inflation print. Those two things together, put together, is what's really solidified the actual soft landing scenario. And he also mentions that this is a part of a round trip that over the last 9 months has seen dominant narrative go from soft to hard to no hard, or basically no landing, hard landing, and then back to soft landing. So it's been a full circle that we've gone from soft landing and now back to potentially soft landing. And he says, I suspect that whether it sticks this time around is likely to be a more function of inflation dynamics and therefore what the Federal Reserve does than the economy's endogenous growth dynamics as well. And I think he's very right, very accurate in his assumption that now moving forward, of course, inflation is what's really going to dictate where policy goes. And I think we're very much closer towards the end of a hiking cycle from the Federal Reserve and when it comes to monetary policy as well. So that's where we are. And of course, the markets here just absolutely celebrating. Nasdaq's up over 1.3. We got the S&P here up a little bit over 60 basis points as well, so another 30 points. And we've got the Dow Jones pushing up over actually 10 basis points right now, so a little over 45 points. So not a whole lot of momentum coming in for the Dow Jones, but markets are really celebrating with tech stocks rallying quite a bit. So you've got across the board AMD, Apple, Netflix, Google, Microsoft, of course, Google being the big leader on the day. Amazon's up over 2.6, and Nvidia with a new all-time high at $450 with Meta up over 1.7% as well. So absolutely incredible day. Mara's up over 13% right now with Coin and Fiverr, like I said, one of our trade ideas, pushing up over 7.5. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and a quick update on the markets and the economy and interest rates and inflation. Make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're just joining us for the first time. The link to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below. You do get access to a lot of other benefits, including the TradingView charts, where you can literally access all my charts. So as soon as I make those changes, it'll show up on your end as well. And of course, the private videos and tutorials, the intrinsic value spreadsheets, and a lot of other benefits as well. So as always, happy investing, and I will see you all in the next video.